Coast Guard, CISA, every part of the Department of Homeland Security except ICE. I would stop looking reality in the eye and denying it and accept the fact that my Democratic colleagues, because of their internal politics, will never be able to reach an agreement with respect to ICE. It is not gonna happen. In the meantime, these lines get longer. So once we confect that agreement with our Democratic colleagues,
The Department of Homeland Security is shut down, and according to Senator Kennedy, it's not because of complexity, it's because of politics. From TSA agents working without pay to a complete standoff over ICE funding, this isn't gridlock, it's a breakdown. Welcome back to Capitol Deep Dive. This Senate floor speech pulls back the curtain on a growing crisis, the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security.
under the rules, we're allowed to do 2 more reconciliations. So we have 2 bullets left. For reasons that I don't completely understand, well, strike that. I think I do understand. I just don't agree with them. Some on my side are reluctant to do any more reconciliations. And they're hard. Okay, I know, they're hard. They're hard for my Democratic friends when they do it. They're hard for us when we do it. You know, that's what we were sent here for, is to do hard things. I mean, med school is hard, but we still have a lot of great doctors. We ought to do our job. That's the only way I can see that we're going to be able to break the stalemate. So let me say it again, what I would do if I were king for a day. I'm not, and I don't aspire to be. I would accept my Democratic friends' offer to immediately open up the TSA, FEMA, Coast Guard, CISA, every part of the Department of Homeland Security except ICE. I would stop looking reality in the eye and denying it, and accept the fact that my Democratic colleagues, because of their internal politics, will never be able to reach an agreement with respect to ICE. It is not gonna happen. In the meantime, these lines get longer. So once we confect that agreement with our Democratic colleagues, the very next day, we start a resolution in the Budget Committee, and we do a second reconciliation bill, and we fund ICE and border security, what's still shut down in Homeland Security, like we want to. I would welcome my Democrats to work with us on a bill, but they're not. We only need 51 votes to do it. And then government, all of government, is back open. Now, there are other things that we could do in that reconciliation bill, and I've talked about, I'm not going to repeat what I said yesterday. My side feels very strongly about the SAVE Act. We believe that only Americans, citizens of our country, should be able to vote. And we believe that you shouldn't be able to vote unless you can prove you are who you say you are. And my Democratic colleagues, trying to be as serene and objective as I can, come back and say, yeah, but there's another side of this argument. It's already against the law to not be a citizen and try to register. And I understand that. And they come back and make the point that, well, you cannot show me where we've had a lot of instances of illegal immigrants actually voting. And I understand that. Those are fair points. But that's not what we're fighting about. What we're fighting about is that President Biden, for whatever reason, admitted between I don't know how many, 8 million, 12 million, 15 million, 20 million people illegally in our country, into our country. He did. We all watched him do it. And We don't even know where these people are. We don't. Some of them were children. We don't know where all the children are. We don't. And I'm not saying all of those folks were bad people. I'm not saying that. A lot of them were economic migrants. They just want a better life, and so they want to come to America. They chose not to do it through legal immigration. If they would do it legally, we could consider admitting them. We admit 1 million people a year of our world's neighbors to become American citizens. But they came illegally because, frankly, President Biden said do it. And they did it. Not everybody was Cinderella who came in. Some people who came in were criminals. They were murderers. They were rapists. They were drug dealers. They were sex traffickers. We all know that.
The message is clear. This isn't just about a shutdown, it's about control, trust, and political reality. And in Kennedy's view, waiting for compromise may not be an option anymore. This is Capitol Deep Dive.